Today we got this beautiful Impreza wagon that came into the shop. The owner told me he has blown the radiator while driving and it overheated for a little bit. So we're gonna take out the radiator and check out what's going on. It has a stock EJ22 motor. It's a 98. It's a non-California spec vehicle. Taking out the radiator of this 98 Impreza is actually fairly easy. So you just got to undo a couple of clips. You got one right there and then another one right there off of the OEM fan. And then you got a couple more screws right here along the top. And then you want to remove the coolant overflow bottle. And this whole thing just comes right out. Well, obviously after you take out the bottom and top radiator hoses. So after draining what's left of the coolant and taking out the fans and the radiator, we found that there's a huge crack at the bottom of the radiator. And obviously without coolant, the engine's gonna overheat. And the next thing we're gonna try to do is do a compression test on the engine and to see if it confirms the blown head gasket. And as you can notice, the radiator right here is no longer straight. So we finished doing the compression test on this EJ22. Each cylinder comes out to be about 140 to 160, with 3 of them being at 145 and 1 of them at 160, cylinder number 4. So for the most part, the head gasket is definitely not blown, because otherwise it would not have any engine compression. So we're just gonna order a new radiator, full aluminum 2-core radiator, and see how it goes. After the new aluminum radiator was swapped in and bled properly, the radiator hose pops off whenever the cap is on. Unlike the OE style plastic end tank, full aluminum radiator would not blow, and it's the weakest link, which is the radiator hose. Therefore, we're diagnosing that the cooling system have air being introduced into it where it's not supposed to. Now it's up to the customer to decide whether to swap another EJ22 or replace the head gasket.